Talk physics to me. Talk physics to me.
Car crashes are controlled by the laws of physics known as the laws of motion. Anything that moves has mass and velocity. Anything that has mass and velocity has kinetic energy. The heavier the car and the faster you are going, the more kinetic energy. Energy can be neither created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another. Hence, when a car breaks or crashes into something, its kinetic energy converts to heat and sound energy. Modern cars attempt to absorb this kinetic energy in a collision through safety features which include seat belts, airbags, crumple zones, and anti-lock braking system. All these features reduce injuries to the people in the car by absorbing energy. A change in momentum is when a force is applied to an object that is moving or is able to move. The greater the change in momentum, the greater the force involved. When there is a car crash, the car, its contents, and the passengers decelerate rapidly. They experience great forces because of the change in momentum, which can cause injury. The deceleration of this car is directly proportional to the force acting on it and is inversely proportional to its mass. The direction of the acceleration is in the direction of the entire applied force. This means that a heavier object, a car, requires a bigger force to change its speed or its direction than a lighter object. Seatbelts increase the time taken for the body's momentum to reach zero, hence reducing the forces on it. People in a car and a car are two separate objects, however they move in the same direction, at the same speed through space. If the vehicle hits an obstacle, the car will stop while passengers keep moving forward. This occurs due to the law of inertia. If a seatbelt did not stop you, it would most probably be a dashboard or a side door that would stop you, which can cause enormous injury. If passengers of the car are wearing seatbelts, it is the seatbelt that slows them. With a seatbelt on, you are no longer separate from the car. Instead, the crash forces of the vehicle spread across the parts of the body, chest, ribcage. The wider that impact is dispersed, the less damaging it'll likely be. That way a person's momentum is absorbed by the car instead of the windshield. Airbags increase the time taken for the head's momentum to reach zero, hence they reduce the forces on it. The biggest problem with seat belts is that they restrain only your body. A person's head approximately weighs 5 kilograms and it is not restrained at all. Therefore, even if the body is restrained, the head will keep going until a force stops it, like a steering wheel or windshield. Airbags aim to absorb all the momentum of the head moving forward. In the case of an accident, the objective of crumple zones is to crush in a relatively gradual, predictable way that absorbs much of the impact energy, keeping it away from passengers. Crumple zones allow the front and back of the vehicle to crush, absorbing the impact of the collision. They increase the time taken to change the momentum in a crash, which reduces the force involved, reducing injuries. ABS brakes work automatically when the driver brakes hard or the car starts to skid. The brakes pump on and off very quickly, which avoids skids and can reduce braking distances. The vehicle stops more quickly as there's more friction between the road and tires, hence avoiding crash. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and Highway Loss Data Institute, on the 29th of January 2015, there were 7,700 fewer driver deaths in 2012 alone than there would have been had vehicles remained the same since 1985. The chances of dying in a crash in a late model vehicle is now estimated to have fallen by more than a third in the last 3 years. Currently, the latest calculations estimate that we are at an all-time low for driver deaths. The researchers of this study found that vehicle changes, including the addition of safety features, were the main source of declining the risk of fatality from 1993 through to 2006. The researchers also predict that as safety features improve, death tolls should decline.